Proverb 31 verse 30. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Mother's empty chair. A woman's daughter had asked the local minister to come and pray with her mother. When the minister arrived, he found the woman lying in bed with her head propped up and 2 pillows. An empty chair sat beside her bed. The minister assumed that the woman had been informed of his visit. "I guess you were expecting me," he said. "No. Who are you?" said the mother. The minister told her his name and then remarked, "I saw the empty chair and I figured you knew I was going to show up." "Oh yeah," the chair said the bedridden woman. "Would you mind closing the door?" Puzzled, the minister shut the door. "I have never told anyone this, not even my daughter," said the woman. "But all of my life, I have never known how to pray. At church, I used to hear the pastor talk about prayer, but it went right over my head. I abandoned any attempt at prayer," the old woman continued, "until one day, 4 years ago, my best friend said to me, prayer is just a simple matter of having a conversation with Jesus." Here is what I suggest. Sit down in a chair, place an empty chair in front of you, and in faith see Jesus on the chair. It's not spooky because he promised. "I will be with you always." Then just speak to him in the same way you're doing with me right now. So I tried it and I like it so much that I do it a couple of hours every day. So I tried it and I've liked it so much that I do it a couple of hours every day. I'm careful through if my daughter saw me talking to an empty chair, she'd either have a nervous breakdown or send me off to the funny farm. The minister was deeply moved by the story. And encouraged the old woman to continue on the journey. Then he prayed with her, anointed her with oil, and returned to the church. 2 nights later, the daughter called to tell the minister that her mama had died that afternoon. "Did she die in peace?" he asked. "Yes. When I left the house about 2 o'clock, she called me over to her bedside, told me she loved me, and kissed me on the cheek. When I got back from the store an hour later, I found her, but there was something strange about her death." Apparently, just before Mom died, she leaned over and rested her head on the chair beside the bed. "What do you make of that?" The minister wiped a tear from his eyes and said, "I wish we could all go like that." Mother, the young mother set her foot on the path of life. Is this the long way? She asked. And the guide sold. Yes, and the way is hard. The end will be better than the beginning. But the young mother was happy, and she would not believe that anything could be better than this year's. So she played with her children and gathered flowers for them along the way and bathed them in the clear streams, and the sun shone on them, and the young mother cried, "Nothing will ever be lovelier than this." Then the night came, and the storm, and the path was dark, and the children shook with fear and cold. And the mother drew them close and covered them with her mantle. And the children said, "Mother, we are not afraid, for you are near, and no harm can come." And the morning came, and there was a hill ahead, and the children climbed and grew weary. And the mother was weary, but all the time she said to the children, "A little patience, and we are there." So the children climbed, and when they reached the top, they said, "Mother, we could not have done it without you." And the mother, when she lay down at night, looked up at the stars and said, "This is better day than the last, for my children have learned fortitude in the face of hardness. Yesterday I gave them courage, today I've given them strength." And the next day came strange clouds which darkened the earth, clouds of war and hate and evil. And the children groped and stumbled. And the mother said, "Look up, lift your eyes to the light." And the children looked and saw above the clouds an everlasting glory, and it guided them behind the darkness. And that night the mother, "This is the best day of all, for I have shown my children God." And the days went on, and the weeks, and the months, and the years, and the mother grew old, and she was little and bent. But her children were tall and strong, and walked with courage. And when the way was rough, they lifted her, for she was as light as a feather. And at last they came to a hill, and beyond they could see a shining road and golden gates flung wide. And the mother said, "I have reached the end of my journey." And now I know the end is better than the beginning, for my children can walk alone, and their children after them. And the children said, "You will always walk with us, Mother, even when you have gone through the gates." And they stood and watched her as she went on alone, and the gates closed after her. And they said, "We cannot see her, but she is with us still. A mother like ours is more than a memory. She's a living presence." Your mother is always with you. She's the whisper of the leaves as you walk down the street. She's the smell of bleach in your fresh laundered socks. She's too the cool hand on your brow when you're not well. Your mother lives inside your laughter, and she's crystallized in every teardrop. She's the place you came from, your first home, and she's the map you follow with every step you take. She's your first love and your first heartbreak, and nothing on earth can separate you. Not time, not space, not even death.